Volcanology, the study of volcanoes, often evokes images of geologists sampling lava. And indeed, this is part of it, but so is the consideration for the people who live around the volcano and the way that their cultures have interacted with these phenomena for thousands of years. There are over 1,500 active volcanoes on Earth. 2/3 of those are found on the Ring of Fire that encircles the Pacific Ocean. Approximately 500 million people, about 6% of the total global population, live in the shadow of an active volcano. There's an ever-present risk that a volcano will erupt and destroy communities. So, you might ask, why not just move to somewhere safer? Well, there are many reasons, like the cultural connections to the land, the utilization of resources, or the inability to move away. And within this are complex historical factors such as the impact of colonial powers like the British Empire on overseas territories. Recently, Dr. Jazmin Scarlett, who trained as a volcanologist and now specializes in human hazard interactions in general, published in the prestigious journal Nature, where she explored the past and present effects of colonialism on indigenous societies and the way in which they relate to the land and its potential hazards. Jazmin highlights how, in the 18th century, geoscientists were deployed by colonial powers to survey landscapes and identify regions rich in valuable resources. In the case of St. Vincent in the Caribbean, the British took sacred, fertile, volcanic land from the indigenous people and established large sugarcane plantations. The post-colonial legacy has resulted in settlements built up in what we now know are the high-risk zone of the active volcano La Soufriere, which erupted in April 2021. To compound situations like this, Jazmin argues that colonial powers ignored the hazard knowledge of indigenous people and enforced actions that undermined their ability to protect themselves from natural disasters. She's had to spend large amounts of time living in challenging environments to do this work. And what's especially impressive is that she's done all this living with chronic arthritis and fatigue. Jazmin advocates for teaching and research to inform geoscientists of the colonial legacy that overshadows the discipline. She calls for stronger collaborations with local geoscientists so that indigenous knowledge of natural hazards can be included in modern research. For her work, the Geological Society has awarded her the President's Award. She's an inspiring person and a reminder that science is not only about understanding the nature of the universe, but the universe as it relates to the nature of humanity. Remember, until next time, that between the question and the answer are all of the really tasty bits.